Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Friend She is Ungrateful About Being a Stay-at-Home Mom? This isn't going to get messy at all, I'm sure. The other day, I went to lunch with 4 mom friends of mine. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so is one of the other moms. Of the other 3, one worked part-time and the other 2 full-time. One of the moms that works full-time mentioned how they had started to pay for a house cleaner to come in every other week. They both work full-time and have 2 kids and were finding that they couldn't keep up with all the chores. The other stay-at-home mom was agreeing with her about finding it difficult to keep the house clean when her husband only does a few chores inside the house. She told us her husband's main jobs are cooking dinner, cleaning the bathrooms, and looking after the yard. In my opinion, that's a more than fair distribution of chores considering her husband works full-time. They have 1 child, 10 female, and no pets. I mentioned to her that it actually sounded pretty fair and that my husband has 0 cleaning chores and mostly only cooks on the weekends if he wants. I told her as he works full-time to provide for our family, I consider it my job to do the majority of the household chores. This isn't gender-related in my opinion. If we both worked, I would agree about splitting chores equally, or if I worked and he didn't, I would be expecting him to do the majority of the housework. I have 5 children, the youngest 2 aren't in school, and I'm a carer for my husband's grandmother, yet still, it's easy to set aside a couple of hours a day for household chores. She strongly disagreed with me, and she thinks her husband should be doing more and told me couples should split housework equally. I told her that I think she's being ungrateful to her husband, who allows her to be a stay-at-home mom, even now their child is older. I asked her what she does all day if she expects him to do half the chores, and that she just wants an excuse to be lazy. In the end, lunch was ruined. She called me an anti-feminist and an asshole. 2 of our friends took her side, telling me off for judging her. Was I the asshole here? I feel like I was pointing out the obvious. Candy Thunder left a note here, and I'm glad she's saying what she's saying here because I feel like I need a lady's opinion here, but also it says exactly what I was thinking as I was reading this. Candy Thunder's notes. This sounds like a great way to lose friends. Somebody else's home is not your business, plain and simple. We are humans. We are all different. What works for you may not work for someone else. Mind your own and stay in your lane. So the question here is, am I the astronaut for telling my friend she is ungrateful about being a stay-at-home mom? And I'd say, yeah, you are. As I was reading this, I'm like, those are your beliefs, and that's what works for your family. I firmly believe that every family is different, and like for us, we're a team. We have a team approach to this thing, and if Candy Thunder is home with Navy Thunder, that's work. I mean, it's enjoyable work, so is the work that I do while I'm here, but it's work. And I, every once in a while, started doing it once a week now. We'll stay home, at least in the afternoon, with Navy Thunder, and it's work. It's really hard to care for kids and to get other things done. It's really hard to get things done at home, period, because there's life going on. But that's what works for us. We tag team everything. She can't say that she knows exactly what is on her friend's plate during the day and what she should and should not be doing. You can feel that she is ungrateful about being a stay-at-home mom and not be an asshole. You can't be an asshole for feeling something. You can be an asshole for what you do with these feelings. And in this case, you let those feelings bubble out your mouth and you put your nose in somebody else's business. And that's the problem here. You started applying your life to someone else's life like it's the only way. And that's tough. It's tough in that it's a narrow point of view. You're not being understanding and open to your friends. You're not respecting the way that they live their lives. You're applying your own beliefs onto them and basically telling them that they're wrong if they don't agree with your system. And yeah, it's a really good way to lose friends. That's why you should never get into religion and politics, right? So where is she here? She definitely could have done it differently. I feel like she definitely should have done it differently. I'm feeling like she's at it too. She definitely shouldn't have done what she did here. She shouldn't have blurted out that her friend is ungrateful and challenged her belief system. If she had asked your opinion, it would be one thing, but she did not ask your opinion. She did not solicit your opinion. You forced it upon her. Just like a political conversation here. If somebody has asked your beliefs on what you think about something, you offer it up, that's different because they prompted it. This was unprompted. You decided that you were going to try to save her life and show her the way. It's your way. It's not everybody's. Ask on 2, milady. Sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, trying to force your beliefs onto other people. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. That's it. It's different for every couple. That's all I know, is that it's going to be different for every family, for every couple, for every person. They're going to view it a different way, and they're going to find a system that works well for them. I do believe in marriage and family being a team sport. This is not a political statement. What works for us doesn't work for everybody else. In this case, somebody butted their nose in where it didn't belong, and it was an asshole move, and that's all it is.